Doug Pederson is available. The Eagles parted ways with him. He was supposed to be safe after he put Nate Sudfeld in the game. So now there's two ways to look at Nate Sudfeld's insertion in game 256 as a provocative act that left a huge stinking pile on the desk of Jeff Lurie, the owner, who didn't like it very much, and thus fired him. Or he took the bullet and he gets fired for it anyway. Or choice 3, door number 3, and I'm taking this option.
What do we got?
We don't know what the hell's been going on there. We do not know the depths of what the hell's been going on there. We're seeing, as Tony Romo said 15 times in the span of like 2 minutes, we're seeing just the tip.
Just the tip.
Okay? That's it of this iceberg. There's a huge iceberg, and the SS Philadelphia Eagles hit it, and we have no idea what's going on there at all. I mean, Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator, says, I'm taking a year off. I'm leaving. Okay? You're saying that the coaches that Pederson wanted to, I guess, internally take the job wound up being, according to the report, not Jeff Lurie's choices.
Unsatisfactory.
Whatever the reason for Jalen Hurts being sat, and then Hurts, by the way, throwing for a touchdown. That whole point where, why is Pederson turning down the points to tie the game in game 256? And then Jalen Hurts throws it, and we're like, well, that was a horrible coaching move. And that might have been the most provocative act of all, because if the plan was to blow the game, Pederson attempted to win it right there, to give the lead to the team, and the defense was balling out. They could have held on to that lead, and they could have had draft position 9. That pass might have been like, what the hell's he doing? Again, we don't know whose stance was what or anything. Ian Rappaport, my colleague from the NFL Media Group, tweeted out about 10, 15 minutes ago that he found out, people saying is that essentially the story is that Pederson was sick and tired of people telling him what to do. According to two people close to now former Eagles coach Doug Pederson, it sounds like this is what it boiled down to. Pederson was sick of people telling him what to do. So that's Howie Roseman, obviously, the head of football ops there and the VP there, and then the owner, or the owner through Howie. I have no idea. I mean, it is all just total speculation.
And that's how Nate Sudfeld gets in the game in the first place.
No, I mean, this is a huge story to tell. The 30 for 30 on just game 256 alone would be lit. And how a guy who won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles after Carson Wentz looked the way that he did. You place your number 2 overall selection after trading up to get him and mortgaging quite a bit of the future in order to get Carson Wentz looked so great as he looked to get a 1 seed, and then Foles looks as great as he looks. And the Philly special, you know, they made a statue out of it for Bud Light in front of the stadium and everything like that. And they have to grease up poles in Philadelphia because people are going to climb them and have a huge celebration. And Jason Kelsey's wearing the Mummers Parade stuff, and the Eagles are telling the Patriots this is what happens when you have fun in your locker room. Well, that team acts as their coach, ices them, 3 years later. Wow. So you're already seeing dots being connected on the spot between Pederson and the Jets, because the Jets general manager, Joe Douglas, was taken from the front office in Philadelphia, and the two of them, as Adam Schefter mentioned in his tweet, have a strong relationship. Easy to connect those dots. And on behalf of my Jet fandom and everything else that goes with being a Jet fan, I would take him in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. He's won. He knows how to develop a quarterback, although he regressed this year, but it's a team game. We have no idea what was going on in that front office. So if he was sick and tired of whatever dysfunction was breaking out, well, guess what? Then you'll know how to navigate the labyrinth that the Jets are going to cook up for you. And then in terms of dealing with a hostile media that has 24/7, 365 longtime listener, first-time callers in a city where, those people never sleep. Doug handles it expertly. Does he make mistakes? Of course, he's not infallible. But who else is out there that's won a Super Bowl, that knows the general manager, that knows how to deal with a press that can come at you, that knows how to handle a front office, or an ownership that might be, I should not compare the Johnsons with Jeff Lurie. Those are totally different. Jeff Lurie knows what he's doing. Although stuff was going on there in Philadelphia that Pederson couldn't handle anymore, or didn't want to handle anymore, or was hoping to handle it, but not under the circumstances that were now being placed in front of him. I'd take him. Honestly, you're going to be hiring somebody that's never done it before, don't know if they could be the coaching CEO or something like that you need. I'd do that right now. The question would be, does he try and rehabilitate Sam Darnold? That's for, I guess, down the road.
It's coming up, though.
But this could be done by the end of the day, because the Jets have interviewed enough candidates to see enough candidates. A couple of them have been people of color. So the Rooney Rule that needs to be followed has already been followed. Like, Pederson could have a new contract by the end of the day. Over. And Joe Douglas knows him. The two of them have a good relationship, coach, general manager, as opposed to a GM hiring somebody that he's known for a while and he thinks can have a relationship with. They literally have worked with each other within the past 2 years. Makes total sense. The other guy I would want is Bieniemy. I'd take him in a heartbeat. And all that garbage I heard of him having a bad interview in Atlanta is apparently garbage. Makes sense when you have a bad interview. I'd take him. I'd take Bieniemy. I would take somebody from the Andy Reid world. I'd take him in a heartbeat.
Doug Pederson from the Andy Reid world.
I know that. Let's go. He's won a Super Bowl. My God, he's done it.
Yeah.
Against New England.
With a backup
Against New England.
quarterback.
You want to beat New England? Get somebody who's done it. Only team that didn't beat New England in the first year after Brady left is the Jets. Everybody else got their pound of flesh, not the Jets. Oh, at least, they got those wins against the Rams and the Browns, two teams that are in the divisional round anyway. Thanks. And by the way, at least the Rams paid the favor back to the Jets in a slight way by one-and-dunning the Seahawks, freezing their spot right there. So that draft choice that the Jets got for Jamal Adams doesn't get any worse. So thank you for that, Rams.
Does that Jets win now, seeing what the Rams looked like over the week? Does that look even worse? How did that happen?
I don't know. But it didn't. And the same thing with the Browns. Eventually, both of them made the playoffs anyway, even though it was a white-knuckle Week 17 experience. Both of them are in the divisional round anyway. So on behalf of all folks in the New York Jets fan base, to the Rams and the Browns, you're welcome. Giving you the scare that you needed to scare you straight in order to win your Week 17s. So, my pleasure. At least the Rams, again, paid us back by freezing the Seahawks spot where it is. Oh, baby. Jets could have both the 2nd and 23rd overall selections, a Super Bowl winning head coach making the decision of Darnold or Justin Fields or whomever. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. The trap door doesn't open on the Browns. The Bills are in the divisional round. They win a game for the first time since 95. The Bucs don't suck anymore. Hey, could be us. I'm feeling good. Or let's bring in Doug Pederson, hook him up with my new friend Deshaun.
Whoa.
Shoot the moon. Shoot the moon.
Wow.
Why not? Why
Wow.
not? After seeing the Browns get 28 points in the first quarter of a playoff game against the Steelers, first 7 gifted to them, why not? Why not us? You hear that all the time in January about players. Why not us? About teams in the playoffs. Why not us? What about teams 2nd overall? Why not us? Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.